So I've been a long time cyclist and mountain biker, but a few years ago I took on enduro dirt bike riding, and I was having a hard time coming back to the mountain bike for a couple reasons. Obviously the lack of power and having to put that power out myself was a little discouraging. And the second thing was the bike just felt really flimsy underneath me, right? Because of the lightweight. You know, you're going from a 230-pound bike to a 28-pound bike or less, and just feels a little strange underneath you when you're hitting jumps and rocks and stuff at high speed. It's a little strange coming back to the bike, but let's just say that this e-bike with the power assist has made that experience definitely a lot more fun. I've got all the speed that I want for single track, and I'm still having to work for it, obviously not as much, but anyways, it's really fun. Oh, this is so funny. This e-bike never made this kind of double cross look so fun. Some pretty cool technology right there. That was too easy. Just trying out this brand new Specialized Levo 2020. It's a e-mountain bike, and it's a ton of fun. Let me just tell you, 150 travel front and back and 400% pedal assist. It's kind of hard to beat. If you're coming back from moto or something and you're just having a hard time going back to the slow bike, pick up one of these and it's gonna revolutionize your mountain biking experience. You gotta try it out. All right, let's go. Fern Gully Road, and I'm gonna put it on level 3, which is the highest setting, and see how we make it up Fern Gully Road. Yeah. There's no way the dog's gonna keep up. I'm still pushing pretty hard, but the bike's doing a lot of it. So I'm smooth. I feel bad cruising past these kids, working for their turns, as they say. Oh man, this is cool. And there you go. I'd say my heart rate's like 150 maybe. Alright, we're gonna go try D-Track at MVP. This is the Mini X trail that's built. Climbs about 100 meters, I think, in total, but it's a bit gentler than the road I just went up. So we'll give it a shot with this on probably level 3 if I can handle it. Sometimes level 3, if the trail's got turns and stuff, is a little awkward. It's like too much. You want to scale it down to like 2 would be plenty to ride most times, but sometimes it's fun to go to 3, like on climbs. But generally I find myself on level 2. Let's try level 3. Yeah, it gets going like really fast, so it's almost like downhilling but going uphill. Which is the problem. Why? I don't know. dog can't keep up though, she can't get a break. I'm gonna slow it down just a little bit for her sake. These trails at MVP are getting really nice now that they're starting to overgrow, and all that's left is the single track with some really nice safe sides to it. This is effortless. Like, I'm literally just turning the wheels to tell the bike to pedal almost. It's just climbing for me. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So Zoe and I just came up this tight switchback here, and literally, like, all you have to do is just turn the wheels and the bike just made it up the hairpin, no problem. Just kept the power. It's a lot of fun really to experience this assisted pedal. You know, you can get your workout, you just do more of it at faster speed, and but it's a lot of the same, right? So I'm still on 9 bars of charge, and I've gone up the hill twice already. This is my 3rd climb up. So let's go. 3rd gear still. Wow. I gotta be careful if I pedal too much, like in a corner like that, it'll throw me off. So what you want to do there is downshift into a smaller gear. Pedaling is going to be easier, but it won't have a tendency to kick away from you at such a fast speed. So that's one thing I find myself doing on this e-bike, is downshifting some to control the speed and then just spinning my legs. The downside to that is your pedal thrust, if you want, your weight on your pedal. You can't put your full body on like you do when you're sprinting with the bike uphill. So you find yourself sitting a lot more, I find, on this bike, which in reality is the most efficient way to pedal uphill, is sitting in the saddle. But when you want to sprint and you go to stand up to sprint, it's almost like the chain fell off the crank arm, so it's like a weightless pedal almost. So I find myself, like right now, I couldn't really stand up, or if I did, it would be in a really small, soft cadence. But there's nothing wrong with that because the bike's really plush, so sitting on this climb and letting the bike work its way up is really enjoyable. You can barely hear the thing, like, beautiful bike. Can't get enough of this. I will say though, I'm not getting nearly as much workout as I would on a regular mountain bike, naturally aspirated. But that's okay, because I wasn't mountain biking anymore because I found it boring and slow. At least this is getting me back out. Maybe it's a stepping stone to going back to a naturally aspirated bike, who knows. I've been riding for over an hour now. Zoe's pooped, she can't keep up to this bike. And I've been on level 3 most of the time, and I've only used 1 bar. So you can go a long time on one of these rides. I don't think I'm going to get to test it out today to see how much I can do, just because Zoe's so tired. But anyway, this thing's a ton of fun. Definitely recommend getting one. Go see Matt Savage down at Savage's Bicycle Center in Fredericton. my first impression on this thing is get one. I don't know what you're waiting for, but this is the most fun I've had on a bike in a long time. I got to work out, obviously not as much as if I was pushing it all on my own, but I got to go a lot further. Like I rode all of MVP up and down like the hills 4 or 5 times. Then I went all the way into town and back, doing about 30 to 40 kilometers an hour on the gravel. It's just really hard to beat that experience. It's a lot of fun. I don't know what more to say. One thing I noticed though is you have to pedal sitting down a lot more. The crank tends to be soft, meaning if you put your weight on it, it's a bit like when your chain derails and it's got no torque to hold it kind of thing. So you got to watch for that. The other thing you have to be careful about is when you shift your gears. We all know that when you have power to the chain and you're trying to shift, it's not good for the derailleur and it pulls and you kind of hear it skipping between gears. So here sometimes you're pedaling and shifting and you think you've got no strain on the chain, but the motor is putting quite a bit of power, torque to the system. So you've got to sometimes just kind of stop pedaling, click and change, and then just do a soft pedal stroke to get it in gear. Other than that, the bike's really great. I haven't played with the suspension all that much. I have to get used to the idea of having a dropper post. I know I took it off my other bike, but this thing's supposed to have 150 mils of travel. I'm guessing it's probably a little bit on the stiff side right now, just based on the amount of travel I've been experiencing. So anyway, Specialized Levo 2020.